Welcome on MMLT. Stop with that crap. Where the hell did my phone go? I have a phone somewhere. I gotta have a phone somewhere, right? Hope everyone's doing well. MMLTP. A lot of people get messing up with that. 100% they're getting screwed up with that. Boom. Let me get it on here. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Joanne, you found it. I see that you found it. Good enough to and Erica. Boom. Welcome, Erica. Okay. Good night. Are you leaving? Are you going out of here? Hey, whistleblower, the MMLTP thing. I have one of my former students fighting with Schwab over that. It's freaking crazy how upset they are. Okay. Boom, Taylor, how we doing? Boom. Okay. Aiden, you're done, right? Didn't you finish? I love it. Welcome on. Welcome on to this wonderful Tuesday, quiet night, Tuesday night. The weather is nice, and I'm in here talking to you guys, which is awesome. Because again, like I said, this is my favorite time. Clayton, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I saw your email. I think I responded. Congratulate. Oh, you text. Tammy, how are you? So congratulate again. Clayton nailed it. Boom. Clayton nailed it. I think what did you? It was the 7 or the 66 you got done. I can't remember. But again, I am so super happy with you. So if you guys are taking, guys, if you have questions on the SIE or the Series 6 or the Series 7 or the 63 or the 65 or the 66, screw you, go somewhere else. No, right here on here, we're happy to do it. I'm happy to answer all your questions on this stuff. Okay. Clayton, now one left and you're done, right? 60, is it 63 or 65, 66? Okay. Oh, the weekly one is on my website. I can Michelle, I can hold on. I think it's on my website. Hold on. Francine, of course it is. I think if you go in the descriptions, Michelle, I think there should be a description one in there. It's not going to be in here. Let's see. Do I have descriptions in here? No, there's no descriptions in here until Daryl, how are you? So Michelle, go into one of my descriptions of my videos. There should be a link there for the weekly stuff. Okay. I'm trying to put it on my. You know what? I'm going to try to load it up on my website. Michelle, if you wait till tomorrow morning, I'll have it up on my website as a link. Okay, and then you can just do it that way. It's easier that way. Okay. Okay. Pablo Escobar. Okay. Okay. I love it. No problem. So Pablo Escobar, how we doing? Okay. Low 70s and past perfect. You're in good shape. You're actually very, very good shape. Okay. Guys, a couple things. Like, look, I tutor. I do it all the time. I have. That's my website right there. Boom, we'll get you through there, Francine. That's my website now. If you want to get some tutoring, that's the way to go. If I'm too expensive, because I'm just a greedy damn bastard, you can go check out Michael Weiss at series7exam.org, series7examtutor.com. So he's series7examtutor.com. Go check him out, okay? Also, guys, the other one here, I just posted an article too. We're reaching out to FINRA. We're trying to pressure them to, who knows if it'll work, but we're trying to pressure them. Okay. I'll work on that, Taylor. Okay. Funny, very funny Facebook user. So now, I will, Francine, we will get you through it. So if anyone needs a tutoring, just reach out to me. If I'm too expensive, go hit Michael Weiss over at Series 7 Exam Tutor, especially with the 65, 66. He's really good with that. This coalition down here that I joined, feel free to join. We just went to FINRA. We wrote a letter. We're trying to get our membership bigger. It's free. I have two people that they helped out. One girl was having trouble with what do you call it? They fired her for unjustly, and they tried to mark up her U5. And then I have another person. I think he's on here. Hopefully he'll come on Moist Cow, I think. And he had passed the exams, but he's 18 and he's looking for help getting in the business. So I think they're trying to help him out. Okay. Hey, Aiden, it's awesome. You're all done. How great does it feel to go into the spring knowing that you're done? I think that works. Okay. So the other place, if you need if you're taking the SIE and you really need, boom. Hey, so did they help you out? Moist Cow, I love it. Okay. So if, let me see, is it on there? It's usually pretty funny when it's on there. Hold on. Oh, it's sideways. That's great. Okay. There we go. Okay. Bye bye, sell. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah. So that's for break even, Michelle. That's when they're stocking an option break even. That's why I just did that one video. Okay, Julie, we can get through it. Hit me questions if you need tutoring. I'm happy to help you. But if you just want questions, throw them on here. Now, what was I going to add on this? I'm a mess sometimes. So don't forget to check out Achievable too. So Achievable, if you're taking the SIE, they're game changer, right? So like I like Notman for all the stuff, right? But I love Achievable, and sometimes Brandon comes on here. Brandon is the guy who writes it. He does tutoring too. He has his own website called his own YouTube is called it's it's FinPro Coalition down here. Boom. Okay. Oh, Julie, we got this. Okay, good. I never look at this stuff. Okay. The beast, we're gonna get you through it. I promise. Okay. Altogether, we got my playlist and stuff like that. But go check if you're taking the SIE and you can afford another vendor, go check out Achievable. I have a link in the videos. It's in the descriptions. It may not be here during the live, but it'll be there after. And the other thing is if you're taking the six or the SIE and you want somebody different, I have clicks for a Notman too. Okay. Yeah, they're all the Clayton's. Yeah, they're pretty good. Okay. So now let me catch up with some questions. Okay. Okay, Courtney. Okay. Did you watch my video on that or no? Love a young OG. Look at that. Boom. Red shape. She's the happiest person in the world. She passed I think four exams in a very, very short time. Pretty impressive. I love it. No, different kinds of growth funds. No, just know that they are. Okay. Know what growth funds are. Okay. And again, whistleblower, if you're still on here, MMLTP is the MMLTLP. There's a big, the whole, I have looked into it and I have one of my students going back and forth on it. I can't remember exactly the stuff on it, but I know that everyone's blaming FINRA for not being on the ball for that. Okay. Don't sweat. Yeah, Mandy, don't sweat them too much. We'll go through them. Okay, hold on. Clayton, again, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay, Francine, yeah, we can get through this. Okay. So the first thing is you got to make sure you're done with the book with 2 weeks to go. So if you haven't read the book yet, okay, if you haven't read the book and you haven't gotten through it, you got to get through it. You got to get through the whole book. Seriously. You have Francine, you got to get through the whole book. Okay. That there's nothing like that. And then you can, depending what book you have, I mean, sometimes it's harder than NE, sometimes it's easier. But I would get on, if you can, get on my Series 7 playlist. Okay. That's going to be the way to go. The Series 7 playlist, get on there and match it up, and it should help you. And then we're getting closer with talk. Okay. Boom. I love it. Thank you very much, Young. I love it. Oof, Francine. Yeah. With 3 weeks to go, it's going to be tough. Okay. Go either get you know what you do? Get the Achievable doesn't look like the exam, but they teach it better. So maybe I have a link for it. Go check out Achievable on in the link after this shuts down or on one of my other videos. And then I think I have a code somewhere that gives you $10 off. So it's worth it. I mean, you can buy if you just want to buy questions, go buy Kaplan questions. Okay. Boom. Okay. Clayton, yeah, it's doable depending on how much time you have. If you only have an hour a day to study, no. Okay. But if you have time to get through the book. So Francine, I need you to get through the book. So I would say with 3 weeks to go, and here's the thing, but the thing is depending on who you work for, if it's Chase or Stifle or whatever, if they're telling you if they're going to track your progress, oh, Clayton, 100%, yeah, then focus on reading the book first, whatever book you have. Francine, if you're taking it and they're going to track you on Past Perfect, then you have a choice. You can either just muddle through this Past Perfect stuff and get through. Yeah. So are they tracking you? So if they are, then just try to get through what you need to not get in trouble in the morning, and then use either Kaplan or Achievable or STC to get through the rest, because that'll explain that shit way better than anyone else. Achievable by far explains shit much more simply than anyone else. Okay. Well, we'll get to it. Okay. Boom. Maybe it's sold in an exempt transaction. Okay. Yeah, 100%, Ven. I agree. If you have STC, you can bang that out. So, if Francine, I would get another vendor if it's not going to get you in trouble. Okay. Usually, if all data study, they probably will track you. Okay. Got it. The 910 is not that bad. Just remember, here's one thing. Oh, that's awesome. So, 21st, I like that. Okay. Congratulations. You can finally drink, right? Okay. Um, yeah, I started in the business when I was 20. I started college at 17. I think, yeah, I turned 18 during my freshman year. So I was out of there early. Um, Yeah, Clayton, that's fine. Use both Achievable and training consultants. That'll help you, Clayton. That's good. Okay. Kimberly, I appreciate it. Okay. I can do a little bit. I can work on that. Okay. You got to be more specific. That's what this stuff. Wendy, how are you? Okay. Okay. Again, if you're low 70s and past perfect, you're in good shape. Just keep focusing on the look. Look to see if it's the math, right? Look to see if on the 66 it's the math that's hurting you, right? If it's like the complicated mathy shit, don't worry about it. That's not the twist, okay? Yeah, I agree, Ven. That's not a bad idea. If you can get the Kaplan Q Bank, that'll really take you over the top. You get Achievable to explain it, and then get the Kaplan Q Bank. I think that's a great mix. Okay. Okay. Erica, how are you? When do you take Ivy? How are you? When do you guys take Ivy? When are we taking a test? Okay. Okay. Again, the test usually doesn't ask that way. It's stupid. Okay. Yeah, Lisa, I don't do T charts. Oh, you mean the box? Yeah, if you want to know the box, yeah, if you go on my SIE options for the SIE playlist, it should be there. Let's see if we can find it. My channel. You're gonna have to listen to my shit for a second because it automatically goes into it. So I know you may be taking a Series 7, but the options matrix, if that's what you're talking about, I always hit the wrong button. I always think I'm gonna boom. So Lisa, this one of these videos should have it in there. I just sent the link. You should be able to see the link. Okay. Let me get back up. Catch them. Okay. Okay. So Taylor, let's talk about this. So always remember. So okay. So here's the thing. So opening means you're creating a position, right? So when you go into a room, you open a door. And when you leave a room, you close it, right? Close means liquidate. Okay. I have a bunch of videos on Okay. Courtney, it's not that bad. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Make Clayton, if you're doing it from home, I would absolutely not. I would work on your dump sheet. I would look anyone who's taking it remote. You need to stop using paper and a calculator. You need to start using the calculator on the screen and open up Notepad if you can on your screen and practice doing everything on there. So this way it's muscle memory. Okay. So if I create a position that's an opening position, so if you liquidate something, you're closing, right? So if you buy an option, I have a video on this too. It should be in that. By the way, Taylor, the link I just put in for Julie, I think, is well, Lisa will help you. So in there's an opening closing one. So if I create a position that's opening, if I get rid of the position, so if I have an opening buy, I bought options for the first time, options for the first time, and when I get rid of it, I do a closing sale. So remember, if it's an opening buy, it has to be followed by a closing sale. Opening is always first. If I have an opening sale, it has to be followed by a closing buy. So you can't have, so here's the thing. So you can't have the same word twice. Okay. Ivy, get the cap and Cubank. If you can buy the achievable stuff, boom, Erica, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna rock this. Okay. So Clayton, boom, enjoy this. I love that. Go get some sleep. Enjoy this. Enjoy the win, baby. Enjoy the win. And have a good week. Enjoy the weather. Okay. So now, there you go, Maria. Now, you should okay, now. Um, Always remember you can't have two of the same things. So if you have an opening buy, the only other things left is a closing sale. If you have an opening sale, the only thing left is a closing buy. It has to go. Okay. Kaplan, you want to be at least high 60s, low 70s, Van. That's where you want to be. And make sure it's understanding. Okay, Julie, we're going to nail it. We're going to get this done. Okay. We're going to get this done together. Just keep focusing on adding knowledge, reading, and testing, and make sure that you're solid with the investment risks and what the register up can do. Those are super important. Okay. So Michelle, make sure we got this. Moist Cow, I want to know if they came back to you. They were talking about having a couple of people talk to you and reach out to you and give you what they were going through. Okay, now when you do it, I just did the break even video, right? So it's out there. I just did a video on break evens. I think it's awesome, but whatever. And the thing is, I put it out on a Saturday. That's always the worst day to do anything. Saturday, nobody does anything. So now, when you have stock and an option, you just look at the actions, right? It's always stock plus or minus premium. It's always stock plus or minus premium. Okay. And wait, I must have a cricket head. I don't know. I love fucking hats. I've been wearing them since I was like 9. But for the first 10 years, I wore them backwards, and then when I could in school, they made me wear it forwards. Um, if it's always stock plus or minus premium, how do I know if I add or subtract? If it's the same, a buy or sell, you add. If it's different, buy and sell, you subtract. So Michelle, go find my newest video. I just did one on set, not the newest, because the newest one I think is fucking hilarious. Okay, it's Will Farrell joining in and helping me out. Yeah, Tiffany, stay off him. So now, okay. God, oh, so it's funny. There's a second person that did it that almost had the same problem. Couldn't get a what do you call it? He's having a tough time finding jobs, even though he has all the licenses and everything. Okay, so now, yeah, so just go watch that video on there. It's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, Financial Professionals Coalition. It's called FinProCoalition.com. Okay. The Beast. Okay. Um, Most they're nice guys. Don't make it over formal. Just send them an email explaining what you're doing, and then boom. Okay. Okay. And Moist Cow, I'm telling you, don't do Northwestern unless they're going to pay you. Unless you guys don't do internship. If Northwestern's going to pay you for an internship, that's fine. But if they're not, don't go there. And Tiffany, you heard what I said. Okay. So I need to pass the SIE 6 and 63. Fine. Let's do this, right? So first thing you got to do is get books. Whether it's if you don't have books yet, either get Achievable or Notman or STC. Those are the best, right? Like if you're going to buy it on your own and you're going to get Kaplan, just get the Notman because you get the same stuff and you get more supplements. The teachers are better, all that shit. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do that and you want to spend your money, go to Achievable. I have a link in my video. You'll see it. You'll see it tomorrow, probably tonight when this is done. I don't know if you can see links in here yet. And there's a link to there, and I think there's a $10 discount somewhere in my Facebook group. And you can buy it. It's like $75 in the whole fucking program. And there's no one better. Okay. You got everyone, Tiffany. So just stick with STC Kaplan and the flashcards. If you need help with the explanations, do dummies, but stick with STC Kaplan and the flashcards. Okay. Now, so just focus on the SIE one test at a time. If you're taking all three, the SIE should be the hardest one you take. Okay. So get that down and make sure you just focus on reading first. To Beast, make sure you first read the book first. Get through the program. The only one where I'm okay with not doing it is Achievable, because what they do is the program has you read like 3 or 4 minutes and then do a little mini quiz on that topic and then move on, which is fine. It's not painful. It's not crazy. And it's just testing where you are. Okay. So Mitchell, if you're still on here, okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the complex annuity questions. And Kaplan goes way too deep on some shit, right? Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You're a good ship. Don't the accounting stuff, don't sweat it too much. There's gonna be some on it, but nothing to kill you. And ERISA, I mean, if you're gonna focus on anything, get the ERISA part down. Okay. If you're gonna get anything, if you're gonna focus on anything, get that ERISA part down and you'll be in a good shape. Okay. I'll get to you, Mike. I'm just catch up. Okay. Okay. Hold on. So Courtney, I'm going to give because fundamental versus technical takes a long time. But while I'm doing this, remember, okay, just remember, technical is looking at charts, trends, and patterns. Okay, technical is looking at charts, trends, and patterns, not looking at the actual stock. That's like support, resistance, overbought, oversold. Fundamental is looking at the actual company. So here's the video on fundamental analysis and the accounting questions you may need. Okay. Okay. Boom. Have a good night. Okay. So now, so Courtney, that video is going to help you basically tell you everything you need to know. It's going to talk about the balance sheet. Did I talk about balance sheet? I talk about the ratios. So anyone taking the 65 or 66 or any exam that you're worried about the balance sheet stuff, that link I just sent you will give you both fundamental, technical, and then all that stuff in there. Like the what's on the balance sheet, what's on the income statement, all that stuff. It's one quick video, not painful. So remember, fundamental looks at the actual company. Technical, they're breaking it apart and looking at charts, trends, patterns, and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. I'm getting close. Okay, Mandy, I'll hit you in a second. Okay, that was good. Okay. For the 63, Santiago, hope you're still on here. Just take get through the book once or twice. If you can do twice, get twice. And then just take questions upon questions upon questions upon questions and review and review and review. This is the one test. This is the one test that I'm very pro test. Do questions, okay? That's my big thing. I'm very, very pro taking a lot of tests. That's the deal on this, okay? Got to read the book once or twice. Twice is better. And then take questions just to get used to it because you got to get the timing down. You get a minute 20 per question, and it is a tight, tight, tight road. So a lot of people are stressed about the 63. So you need to get your tests in about 55 to an hour. Get that down to that, and you'll be good. Okay. Yeah. So it's all the same. If I don't know if you left already, but achievable is fine for all of them. I really like people using achievable and then the cap and Q bank. Okay. Because it covers more things, Jenna. Because the 6 is very narrow. The 63 is all regs, right? It's not easy, but if you give it a hard study, you'll be fine. The 6 is a little deeper, but it's really just like mutual funds, annuities, communications, and taxes, like 4 things, right? The SAE is fucking everything, right? And it's your first exam. It's not like it's actually so much. The questions aren't harder. It just covers more stuff, and it's your first foray into the business, right? So you're learning a new language, and once you get through the SAE, you should have at least a basic understanding, and then go deeper dive. So that's why I'm saying I'm not saying the SAE is so much harder, is easier than so much harder than the 6, but it's your first foray into it. It covers a lot more stuff, which was a little harder to study for. Okay. Again, no, you don't have to know the different types of growth funds. I mean, no growth versus growth and income, right? So growth is purely it's just growth companies, and growth and income is a little bit of growth and some dividend paying stocks. It's a little not as growthy. Okay. No. Mike V. I'm not talking about the 7. I'm talking about the 6. The 7 is this SIE on speed. So remember, Mike V, I'm not talking about the 7. The 7 is absolutely harder. I'm saying the series 6 is easier than the SIE in some ways. Okay. I'm on Mike V. I'm almost up to your questions. And okay. Yeah, the 7 is hard. The 7 is fucking hard. It absolutely is hard. I'm talking about the 6. It's a much different test. Yeah, by the way, yes, you're definitely in the right range, Van. You're good shape. Okay. To Beast, that's awesome. STC works. I love them. Use them. Just make sure you read the book first. So make sure you get through the book one full time. I don't care what your managers say. Even if they say, you saw my video. Hopefully everyone saw it. I thought like 2,500 people saw it. My video on read the book, right? You got to read the damn book. It's most important. Okay. Mandy, watch the video I linked in a couple minutes ago about the fundamental analysis. Those videos are the one you need to know. So let's make sure we got it. So for fundamental, you'll need to, it's not a math test. You'll need to know maybe PE ratio, maybe price to book. Yeah, it's boring. Of course it's boring. The 66 stuff is 65, 66 is boring. 63 is regs. I like it, but it's boring. Okay. Now, PE, earnings per share, price to book, maybe net worth or current ratio, and maybe working capital. So it's good things. So look, current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. Working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. So I'm not a grammar person. You could have left it the other way. So now, trust me, if you saw me right, you'd be like, God, you're an idiot. Current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. If they ask for the quick test, it's current assets minus inventory over current liabilities. We have, quick ratio absolutely be on there. Working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. Net worth is total assets minus total liabilities. I don't think there's going to be a lot more. There may be a couple. PE ratio, earnings per share, stuff like that, but not super tricky. Okay. Young OG, I love you too. That's awesome. And again, I do think you should add a supplement to that. It'll help. I promise you. Okay. Wait, Mike V, did you have another question? Did I scroll past it? Let's see. No, this is the first one. Okay. Sir Finch, I think they're okay. I think that here it depends what exam. If it's the SIE, you're fine. For the 7 and 66, they're okay, but I would get a supplement. Okay. I absolutely get some sort of supplement. Okay. So if a non-exempt security is unregistered, what if it's an exempt? What if it's an exempt transaction, right? So look, if I want to sell security in a state, it has to be one of three things. You either have to register it, which is qualification, coordination, file, notice file. That's not really registration, but qualification, coordination, or notice file. Okay. If it's exempt, I don't have to register. So if an exempt security, which is like governments, stock exchange, mutual funds, Reg D, munis, stuff like that, they never have to register. Okay. But if you have a non-exempt security, okay, if you have non-exempt security and it's not registered, you can sell it in a state only if, okay, you can sell it in a state only if it's done through an exempt transaction. Now that's a one-off thing, okay? Yeah, Tina's brutal, but you remember, but here's the thing about that. That voice kind of sticks in your head and you may hear it. But here's the problem. If you're taking, Karen, how are you? But if you're taking the 66, I think you have good news, right? Didn't you take a test? Okay. You might have said it last week. I'm brain dead. So if you do training consultants for the 66, they focus way too much on the math. They way too much on the math. Okay. EP, earnings per share ratio, what's the EP ratio? Earnings price, maybe PE ratio, maybe the other way around. So if you want to sell security in a state, you have to register it or it's exempt, unless you do it through an exempt transaction, but it's like a one-off, okay? So it's a one-off. So like if I'm registered, if I said my tutoring company, I registered in New York only. I could not sell it in New Jersey because I'm only registered in New York under qualification. But PE ratio, they're not going to ask you that. They're going to, on the real exam, they're just going to say, I'll work on that. So I have that. Karen, I just linked it. If you scroll back a little bit, I linked a video from like fundamental versus analysis, and I do PE ratio and current ratio on there, and I explained it. You just got to, again, the vendors go crazy with trying to find it. You just got to find price and earnings. That's all you're going to do. On the test, they're not making you rip through a balance sheet too much. Maybe for current ratio, but for PE, they're going to give you the market price and the earnings per share and ask you what the fuck it is. Okay. That's all they're going to do. They're not going deeper than that. Okay. That's literally what it is, what Mike just put. On the vendors, they make you find this shit. On the real test, they don't. Now back to this. So if I want to sell shares in New Jersey, I can't unless I sell it to an institution or it's not unsolicited, meaning the client calls up, non-issuer transaction, which means they buy it from someone else. Or if it's a secondary market trade, or if it's a private placement, which is no more than 10 retail clients. So these are all I have a video on this. These are exempt transactions. So if you want to sell a security in a state, it either has to be registered. If it's not registered, it better be exempt. And if it's not exempt or registered, you can only sell through an exempt transaction, which is like a one-off. That's the point. Okay. Yeah, you could, because a QUIB is an institution. Yes, Tiffany, absolutely. Because a QUIB is an institution. Yeah, Wendy, get off of Past Perfect. Find another vendor. If you can't read the Past Perfect, you got to read. Go get Achievable or STC. Hold on. Go get Achievable or Okay. Yes, Mike, 100%. That's exactly what it is. But they can't buy it from me. They have to buy it from someone else. Okay. So you got to read the Achievable or the STC. Go get another vendor. Because Past Perfect does suck as far as reading. They go way too deep on everything. I mean, they probably make you do math on the 63. Okay. Kimberly, I agree. I think my options stuff are awesome. Anyone who wants that, you can join the membership for a mere $20 a month. For a mere $20 a month, you can get the options. Save your life. You'll feel good. Imagine for just $20, a mere $4 or $5 bills. 2 packs of cigarette. Okay. Patricia, this is for every exam. I just picked Series 7. Patricia, ask on any exam. I just put Series 7 because I can't list every exam on here. I only have 100 characters. Okay. So pick Series 7. I can do SIE too, but okay. Yeah, you can't. It's a non-issuer transaction. Exactly, Mike. Okay. Boom. Yes. Now, option taxation. So let's talk about it. So here's a couple things. Remember, all options are short-term gains or losses, right? Boom. That's one. All options are short-term gains or losses. You got to stick with that one. Whether you buy it or sell it, it doesn't matter. Here's the other thing to write down. Kimberly, write this down. Everyone who's taking the 7, write this down. If you buy a call or sell a put, those are the bullish options. If you buy a call or sell a put, those are bullish options. The break even is always, okay? The break even is always strike plus premium. Okay. All right. Now, if you, what was I going to say, if you buy a put or sell a call, okay? If you buy a put or sell a call, okay? If you buy a put or sell a call, those are bearish options, and the break even is going to be your proceeds. Okay, Karen, here. I just sent a link in. That's beta versus alpha. It'll help you. It's literally plus math. It shows you how to do it. Because that'll get you a lot more than you can do that and be back. You can watch that video and be back. I'll be done. And if you don't understand it, you come back on. You'll be done before I'm done with this. Okay. So this way you don't have to wait forever. Because I'm a couple minutes behind. Not too far, right? Hold on. How far behind am I? No, Taylor. No, they will not. They'll be on this 7. Okay. I'm way behind, aren't I? Yeah, I'm 20 minutes behind, so it's going to be a while to catch up to that. So watch that video. And even taking the 7, the thing I just put in was beta versus alpha. Okay, so now, what else we got? So this is Series 7 stuff. Taylor, you're good. I'm telling you, you got to take this 10 test. You're ready. So now, if I buy stock and buy a put at the same time, that's a married put, that together, so then you do the break even would be my cost basis, okay? Now, always remember something. So if I have cost basis, when I undo the position, that's my proceeds. And the difference is my gain or loss, right? So if I buy a call for 40, if I buy a 40 call for 3, and then it goes to 50 and I exercise and sell it at 50, my break even is 43. I mean, my break even is 43, right? Buy a 40 call at 3. That's also my cost basis. I sell it at 50, so I pay taxes on 7. Okay, now, so keep that in mind. So if you buy a call or sell a put, your break even is your cost basis. That means when you exercise and sell the stock, that stock is your proceeds, and the difference is your gain or loss. If you buy a put or sell a call, the bearish options, and you exercise, and it gets exercised, that break even is your proceeds, and wherever you buy the stock is your cost basis. That's either your gain. The difference is your gain or loss. Now remember, if you buy stock and buy a put the same day, it's a married put. It's one position. We're good. And your break even is your cost basis, and you're good to go. Once you hold the stock for more than a year, it's a long-term gain. If you buy stock and then a couple of days later you buy a put, they're considered different transactions and they don't count the same. And since you bought the put, you wipe out your holding period, which means you have, before you can even start counting your holding period to get to long-term status, the put has to expire. Okay. The put would have to expire. Okay. Again, if you're buying stock and buy a put a different day, your holding period goes to 0 and it stays there until you either sell or the put expires, and then it starts at 1 after that. So you really screw yourself over. But if you buy stock and buy put the same day or after a year plus a day, so over a year, you've already gotten long-term status, then you're fine. Okay. That's most of the taxes on options. Just remember they're always short-term. That's the big thing. Okay. Well, there's no better. It's what your firm lets you do. The 7 lets you do more things. The 6, you can only sell mutual funds and annuities. Some people, what they do is they get the SIE, the 6, and the 63. They start earning, so they can start earning commissions and stuff like that while they're studying for the 7. Not a bad idea. Okay. Blue chip, 30 blue chip, 10 blue chip preferred, 45% growth, 5% investment. Is it speculative growth? Oh my God. Okay. What investment does this portfolio align with? They're never going to do this to you, but I mean, half the thing is growth. So that's aggressive. I got to think that's aggressive if there's choices. I don't know what the choices are, but that's pretty fucking aggressive because 45% growth stocks is a lot. Okay. There you go. I agree. Achievable is awesome. Okay. Call premium tends to, Sir Finch, why? Why didn't you just get the 7 if they'll sponsor you for it? The private securities gem, I think that's a 62. I'm not sure if that's a 50 or the 62. Then you're limited to just doing that. And there's nobody fucking who has books on that, right? The problem with some of these exams, like the 82 and the 50 and all this shit, these little ones, there's nobody has books on them. You have to go to Securities Institute of America or Solomon, and they don't have great books because there's not a lot of information on this shit. So if you can take the 7, take the damn 7, sir. Or look, Get the SIE out of the way if you don't have it already. Get the 63 or 66, and then find a place that'll sponsor you for the 7. It's boom. Okay. Yep. The gain is 5, and your proceeds is 50. Well, here's the thing. Did you sell it at when it was at 58? Remember, your gain is 5 only if you sold it at 58. If not, yeah, no need to. So if you take the 7, you're good to go. Okay. Taddy, not even tested. Yeah. Erica, it's interspersed. It could be 3 or 4, it could be 20. A lot of times they just put the word taxes into it, like what's your taxable gain? What's your taxable loss? What's your cost basis? They do that. You could have 15 or 20 tax questions, but they might be hidden in a question. Taddy, yeah, they pay on the portal, but nobody gives a shit. Okay. Sold at 58. Yes, I'll get to that. Let me get it up there first. Okay. I put that link in there. I agree. I think their communications is much better. Boom. Okay. I think Pest Perfect and Kaplan go too deep. Okay. Okay, get on it. Okay. Get on that stuff. Okay. Keep on it, Ivy. We're getting there, right? You got our options class we're doing together. That's the other thing, guys. I got these memberships. You got the membership videos only. We have the $20 for options, $25 for my Sunday class, which is awesome. And then if you want to go big dog, you pay $50 a month and you get my options class at 8 o'clock at night. We go through options. We have the first, guys, anyone who does it, remember the first 30 minutes is basics. And then the last hour is like advanced and questions and shit like that. Okay. I have a bunch of videos on the 66 about the agents and stuff like that. But here's the deal on this. And there's one I want to do. Courtney, I'm gonna work on one to hopefully have it out. I have the next installment of my financial terms, the alphabet, the glossary coming out tomorrow, and then maybe next week I'll do my 65, 63, 66. It's not a cheat sheet, but it's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, no cupcake. It does happen sometimes, but you better have had a test for a long time. Here's the thing, but now they have the MQP program that if you lost your license in the last 5 years, within 2 years, you can still get it back. You just got to take continuing ed, and then they extended it for 5. So I would reach if your license expired within the last few years, reach out to FINRA and see if you're eligible for MQP because you're getting rid of the waiver program because they have this one. Okay. Erica, you're going to be fine. You're going to rock this thing. Don't worry about it. You're always so worried about it. You're going to nail it. You're better at the options now, right? Options are good. Okay. Okay. You're better at the options now. And just got to work on the suitability, kid. And don't worry about the bonds. Okay. By the way, the call price deletes. Okay. I'll get to it, Tiffany. Okay. Get the cap in Q Bank. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you why. Okay. I'll explain that, Tiffany. Okay. Good. I'm glad, Moist. Okay. Yeah, look. I have friends who work for them, and they're fine. But if they want your natural network or your natural network, and that's tough. Okay, because it means you got to call your friends. Okay. I think we're good with this. Unsolicited, non-issuer, private placement, selling to institutions, selling to employees, selling to underwriters. Those are all exempt transactions, which means it doesn't have to register. Remember, guys and gals, okay, if a security is doesn't have to register, that has nothing to do with you. So if you're selling an exempt security, you still have to register. Okay, I can do that. Again, the asset test is current assets minus inventory over current liabilities. It's a very strict liquidity measure. Okay. I think they're okay. I just think getting a supplement will help you. Okay. Just remember P ratio. Yeah, it's very easy. Okay. Okay. Patricia, you get my thing now? So it's for every exam. I just can't fit everyone on here. Okay. I'm catching up. That's all right, Taddy. Just because you're not on the exchange doesn't mean you're not marginable, right? So here's the thing: munis and governments are exempt, so they're not subject to Reg T margin. They're subject to the like FINRA margin. Okay. Okay. What do you mean? I wish they were wiped out. Oh, they don't allow your loss. Okay. Now, which of the following statements regarding callable muni bonds is true? Call premium tends to decline over time. Okay. Yeah, only the wash trade part. We'll get into that. I'm doing that for Karen anyway. So so wash trade, wash sale. Okay, so now where are we? So we got which of the following statements regarding callable muni bonds are true? Call premium tends to increase over time. No, it decreases. So what happens is, yeah, the MQP program. Look it up. I got a video on it. Look, it's pretty good. You can, and they actually reopened something, so it's not going to be bad. Let me see if I can do this. See if I have it. I think I have a video on it. Let's see. Do I have it? I made a video on it. Just okay. Oh, I have it, but it's not showing up. Okay. Nope. I have it somewhere. It's like, can I keep my job? Then I'll try to send the video later on this. Okay. So now, yeah, the MQP program allows you to keep your licenses up to 5 years, but you have to do continuing ed for the last 3. You have to pay for it. It's $100 a year. It's worth it. So now on muni bonds, call premium tends to decline over time because look, if I say it's callable in 10 years at 105, and that's what they mean by percentage of par, 105, 105% of par, which is 1,050. So if they say it's callable at 102 or 108 or 109, they're saying it's callable at 102, 102%, 108%, 109% of par, which is really 1,020, 1,080, 1,090. Okay. So and the thing is, the longer you own it, the less you're screwing you over. So, say you have a 30-year bond and they call it back in 10 years. Well, they got to pay you for that, right? They got to pay you like 110 or something, just making up a number. But then if they call it back in 15 years, you've gotten more money. So, they're not going to pay you as much. They're going to pay you like 105. Okay. They'll pay you 105 or 106. Okay. And then if it's a, if they call it later, like really like 5 years away from maturity, they may only pay you 101. So they decline over time because you're getting closer to maturity and you've been getting paid more over that time. So they pay less. And remember, so they're quoting it as a percentage of par, meaning that it's at 103, 103, which is 103%, which is 1,030. They're just telling you how much above par. Always remember, call premium. The premium is amount above par. Remember that. So if they buy a bond for 104, the call premium is 4 or 40. So that's all they're doing. It's a percentage of par, and they do decrease over time because every year that you own it, you're getting a coupon payment, so you're earning, so they're going to pay you less. And it's not that big a deal about why. Just know that they reduce it and know that it's considered, they quoted at a percentage of par, literally like how bonds are quoted. Okay. Okay. Again, sir, once you have the 7, don't worry about this. You won't need it. Okay. Okay, everyone take a look at this question. But if you buy a call for a 50 call for 3, what's your break even? Your break even is strike plus, okay? Okay. Break even sale, right? Probably a break point sale. I'll get that. Okay. It's a break point sale. Okay. Now, it's got to be. I didn't see the question, but I know that that's what they mean. Okay. So if I buy a 50 call at 3, my break even is 53. If you watch my break even video, you would know that. Okay. So I'm scolding you. You should go watch it. Okay. 50 plus 3 is my break even. And that's also, since I said before, if you buy a call, your break even is your cost basis. So your cost basis is 53. If it rises to 58 and you exercise and sell the stock, 58 is your proceeds. Okay. So your cost basis will be 53. Your proceeds is 58. Your gain will be 5. That's the deal. Okay. Again, between 10, 15, and they intersperse it in the questions. That's the issue. Okay. Boom. Andrew, hope that helped. Okay. Again, the waiver is the you can get it, but like if you've not had the license longer than you did, you're not getting it. Oh, and by the way, guys, the MQP program where you get to keep it is only if you've had your license for at least a year. So if you're like at 9, 10, 11 months of working somewhere where you have the 7 for that long and you're thinking of quitting, I would wait until you've had it over a year. So then you are eligible for the program. If you've had the license for 11 months, it's not going to matter. Okay. 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 So a wash sale, and this is where what you were talking about, Erica. So a wash sale is where if you sell stock for a loss, right? So say I buy stock at 50 and I sell it for a loss at 30. Okay. So I have a $20 loss in my pocket. Okay. So I buy stock at 50, I sell it at 30, I have a $20 loss. Okay. Now, okay. Okay. You have a $20 loss. If you then buy the stock back within 30 days or less, the IRS goes, yeah, it's all not the 63, just the 6. FINRA's doing it, the states don't. Okay. Okay. Now, my daughter's texting me. Hope she knows I'm on my live. I'll kill her if she doesn't. Okay. So now, if I have if I buy the stock back within 30 days, yes, I have a loss. I lost the money, but the IRS wipes it out, which means I no longer can deduct the loss. Because when you lose money, you can deduct your losses. Okay. So when you lose money, you can deduct your losses against your taxes. Okay. But if you buy the stock back within 30 days, they disallow the loss or they wipe it out, Erica. That's what they're saying. They disallow the loss and they say you can't take it anymore. So what they do is and this is the part that's probably not testable, they add it to your cost basis. Okay. They add it to your cost basis. So if you bought, so let's say you bought stock at 50, you sold it at 30, you have a $20 loss. You then bought the stock back at 35. What they're going to do is add the $20 to the 35. So your new cost basis is 55. So then when you do finally sell it, you can take the loss. But what you need to know here is that if you commit a wash sale, means you're buying stock back. Okay, you're buying stock back that you sold for a loss too soon within 30 days. If you wait 31 days, nobody cares. If you wait 31 days, you're good to go. You're out of the position long enough. If you do it within 30 days, their idea is that you didn't wait long enough and they're going to wipe out the loss. That's what you need to know, is that they're going to wipe out the loss and not let you take it. You still lost the money. Remember, it sucks. You lost the money, but you can no longer use it against your taxes until you finally get out of the position fully again for at least 31 days. That is a wash sale. That's a violation. A tax swap is when you sell a bond. I mean, again, if you sell a bond for a loss and you buy it back, you're gonna have a wash sale. But if you sell a bond and change enough features, you make it different enough, then it's a swap. So you can sell like an IBM 5% 10-year bond for a loss and then buy back a GE. So you sold an IBM and you buy back a GE 5% 8-year bond. You've changed enough on the bond to make it not a wash sale. So if you buy a different bond, you're good to go. If you change the coupon and the maturity date also, then it's a tax swap, and then you can take the loss. So again, I sold the bond for a loss. I have a $200 loss, say, and then I buy back a different bond from a different issuer. Boom, you're done. Okay. And that should help. Okay. That's a tax swapping is okay when you're doing a bond and you're buying back a substantially different one. Means different issuer. If you buy back the same stock, now remember, if you do a wash sale, here's the thing. If you sell IBM for a loss, if you buy back the stock, you buy back warrants, you buy back rights, you buy back convertible bonds, all of those, all of those would violate the wash sale rule. So if you buy back anything that would let you buy the stock, that would do it too. So again, munis, just because you're over the counter, it's the pink sheets that aren't marginable unless they are. So the point is, just because you're over counter, bonds are over the counter all the time. You can margin them. Munis and all bonds trade over the counter pretty much, but all munis and government bonds are exempt from Reg T because they're state or federal. So FINRA, the exchange or the regulator, the SRO would decide what it is, and it's a different number. But you'll never get a question on how to do a margin on that. You'll just have to know that they are marginable, but not under Reg T. Okay, Eric, I hope that helped out with what's wiped out. It's just saying that you can't take the loss anymore. Okay, not a break sale, a break point sale. Okay, so a break point sale is, what break points are. We should know what break points are. Break points are when if you put enough money in a mutual fund, they give you a discount, like every 20, 50, 100. So if you put in 20 grand, maybe if you put in 10 grand into a mutual fund, you pay 8.5%. But they go, oh, if you put in 20%, we'll lower the sales charge to like 7. That's a break point. And if you put in 50, you will lower it to 6. And if you put in 100, it will lower it to 4. Those are break points. Nick, how are you? So here's the deal. A breakpoint sale is wrong. It's when a registered rep convinces you or texts you or tries to solicit you to buy into a mutual fund just below the breakpoint, like at 19, if it's 20 and 50, like 19 or 49, so they get the bigger sales charge. When they should tell you, oh, by the way, if you put in a little bit more money, you get a lower sales charge. So and selling it just below the breakpoint is a breakpoint sale, which is not okay. Okay, Leonard. Okay, we'll talk about that tonight. You're right there, my man. You're right there. Don't worry about the practice exam too much, but you're right there. Go over see if you can go over the wrong stuff and see where you screwed up, and maybe take a thing, and we'll talk about it tonight. He's one of the students I'm seeing tonight. Now, the other way that's a breakpoint sale is if I remember. So T Row doesn't honor Vanguard sales charges, and they don't Fidelity and all that. So if you put like, say, I have 20 grand of breakpoint, and I put 18 grand or 11 grand in T Row and then 12 grand, 10 grand in Fidelity, that could be a breakpoint sale because you're not supposed to split them up between the fund families because it's going to take them twice as long to get to the breakpoints. So you're doing it to get money. So if they had 22,000, which would put them above the breakpoint. Okay. There you go. Moist cow. That's awesome. Right. Breakpoints are good, but breakpoint sales are bad. I don't even realize I say it sometimes. Now, if you put somebody in multiple fund families, you're probably doing a breakpoint sale because you're spreading them out to keep them below the breakpoint so you get the bigger sales charge. Okay. No, they're different. Look, here's the thing, Patricia. If you have Kaplan, you're fine. The reason I like Achievable is for the way they teach it. So if you're scoring high 60s, low 70s on Achievable on Past Perfect, boom, okay. If they're in the same family, it's good, right? It's a child, they count. Immediate family counts, okay? As long as you're supporting him. If it says fully independent, it doesn't matter. Back to this. So if you already have Kaplan and you're okay with him and you're scoring high 60s and you're not taking it tomorrow, you're good. If you're having a tough time understanding the topics, I would get the Achievable. They will help you. It's more about the way they teach it than the questions. Because your questions don't look like the exam, but it's great. You can never run out of questions because they have some template that gives, I think they figured out they have 3.4 billion questions possibility, which is insane. You'll see the same type of question, but never the same thing. That does numbers and stuff like that. I always wanted to figure out a whiteboard that would do that. So I can write it here and it will go over there. Okay. There you go, Jenna. That should help you a little bit. Okay, I think you saw that. Okay. Boom. I like it. We'll talk at him. Okay, let him. Okay. Breakpoints are good, but breakpoint sales are bad. It's funny. I say all this shit sometimes. I should have my son or somebody put all that shit together in just one document where I keep saying shit over and over again. I don't remember half the shit I say. I'm sure it's fucking gold. It's great. I'm kidding. I'm not that cocky. I'm like a fucking insecure mess most of the time. Okay. Um, it's weird. I'm an arrogant, insecure mess. I think that's what it is. I'm an arrogant, cocky, insecure mess. I think that's where I am. Okay. Um, right. So if you're in the same household and they're not, like if you have a brother and sister, and they're older, then they're not going to do it. But if you're in the same household and you're supporting each other, then they count it. But for sure, parent and child, not adult child, the child. Adult child is kind of like a oxymoron, right? Okay. Adult child would not your child that's an adult. How about that? Would not count. You would not be able to combine them. But you can immediate family. So if you're in the same household, immediate family works. But it's not if they're adults and they're on their own. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit because you don't get breakpoints. The other people that don't get breakpoints, investment clubs. Remember that. Investment clubs do not get breakpoints because their idea is that it's not really one group buying it. It's 15 different people buying it and we're not giving it to you. Now, guys, don't forget to join the FinPro Coalition. I think they'll help you. If you have any issues, they're a great resource. I've already had 2 people call them and they're helping them out, getting them lawyers and they're talking to people that have a tough time getting jobs. And one of them worked at a Northwestern place where they made, or Primerica, where they made you buy this stuff. And Primerica is fun, right? So remember something. Primerica and all them are fine if you think you have a network of people you can hit up, right? If you can, if you're really trusted, you can live off it. But my big thing is when you're first starting out, you want a place that gives you a salary. Because you're 22, if you're 22, 23, you're just starting, it's very hard to get someone to give you money. So I'm a big fan of getting paid to do it. Okay. Right. Okay. That's fair. It's the same thing. You just got to add them up. That's they're still doing the same thing. Okay. Right. So they're still going to say the same thing. If you combine them and it goes over a break point, you got a lower sales charge. That's what it is. Okay. If you get it under, then they're not. So if you're going to put some money in for you and your child and you're supporting them, and then if it crosses a break point, you get the lower sales charge on the total. That's a good thing. And remember, break points are aggregated on the fund level. So if you have an account at Robinhood and your wife has an account at Webull, and you both put money, not that you would, but you both put money in a Fidelity mutual fund, you will get the break point because they do the aggregation at the mutual fund level, not at the broker-dealer level. Okay. Again, guys, if you've taken the SIE and you haven't done it, go check out Achievable. I have a link in there somewhere. I don't know if it's on there now, but it'll be there once I shut this shit down. Join the FinPro Coalition. I got 2 people we helped already that I know of that I sent there, and I think they seem pretty happy with it. Moist Cow's going to do it soon, and they're going to help him find a place to go that's not pay your own way and eat what you kill, not when you're a kid. Again, that's what I'm saying. If you can get a job at Fidelity or Schwab or Vanguard where they're paying you at first, you can learn how to do your shit. Burn your bridges at where you're getting a salary, and usually they'll pay for your exams and stuff like that. Like it's funny. The college I'm teaching at I do an info session on Thursday, and then I start teaching in about 2-3 weeks. They're actually sponsoring. Oh, perfect. They're sponsoring. They're sponsoring their 20 or so kids to get to take the exam. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool program. I think the college is going to go that way. It's a pilot program, and if it works, we're going to start blowing it out. It's a SUNY school, which is good. So I'm not in New York, but they want me to do it. Okay. Also, don't forget to check out me if you need help tutoring. Series7examtutor.com. If you want help and you want support, free shit, go on Facebook. Okay. Yes, Dylan. Yes. Read. You failed it on March 6th. So you're taking it when? You're taking it? I would get through the book one more time. Let me get on this. So if you guys want to join, go take a look at, I have a Facebook group. It's specifically this. FINRA Exam Prep, SIE, Series 7, Series 6. That's what it is. It's not another one. It's FINRA Exam Prep, SIE, Series 7, Series 6. There's about 4,100 people in it. And I didn't realize that there's about 2,500 people that are freaking active in this thing. And they're always helping each other out, posting stuff and talking and giving study materials, like study notes and shit like that. It's pretty cool. They start study groups, which is fucking magic. Okay. I'll help you if you need it. If I'm too expensive, series7examtutor.com. Michael Weiss is awesome. Go check out Brandon Rith at Basic Wisdom. Okay. I'm not heading out yet. I am a couple more questions and I'm going because I got to talk to my daughter. And then after that, I got a student at 9:45. Okay. So now let me get through some of this. Okay. I say, boom. Anyway, yeah, it looks like some people, remember, it's FINRA Exam Prep, SIE exam, Series 7 exam, Series 6 exam. I'll let you guys in. I just saw the alerts. A couple of people joined in. Okay. The other one, if you're taking the 65 or 66, it's literally called Series 65, 66 exam prep. Go check them out. Again, it's about 2,000 people, and there's about 1,000 people that are active, all helping each other out, doing study groups, shit like that. Super active. Failed it by 2. That's good. Retaking the 21st. Okay. Haven't studied. Okay. First, Dylan. So read the book. Get through the book one more time. Get through it real quick. No notes, no highlighting, nothing. Just get through it one time and then start taking exams. You have 16 days. I need you to get the book done by this weekend or Monday or Tuesday. Then you can take the rest of the week taking tests. But you got to get through the book one time. Okay. And watch my videos. Okay. Boom. Christopher Jeffrey. 2 first names. You ever get shit for that? But it's great. Somebody would say never trust somebody with 2 first names, right? Okay, so now, kidding, love you. Yeah, you're fine. Achievable, you're in rock solid. If you want, go on my playlist, go find the tape practice exams playlist, and I have 3 exams, 2 from Achievable, 1 from SDC, and 1 on the FINRA one. Go see you doing that. And here if you answer the right way. But Christopher, you're in good shape. Okay, everyone, I do have a bunch of shit I have to do. So thank you for joining. Please, I love that everyone's joining the Facebook group. I'm telling you the shoot. And if you're looking for a study group, just post that you're looking for it. You get about 10 people responding. Okay. But make sure you answer the questions, guys. When you fill it out, don't just hit the button. Don't just hit the button. You got to answer the questions, or I'm going to do. Okay. Doom. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna don't just hit get in there. You got to answer the questions, or I'm gonna delete your ass. Okay. Boom. Thank you, Mike V. Okay, Tiffany. Have a good night. Christopher. Yeah, you're gonna rock this. Check out No Cupcake. If you have a FinPro account, if not, go create a FinPro account. It'll tell you. Or just call freaking FINRA. Just call them in the morning, okay? Just in the morning, call them up and say, "What am I eligible?" But if not, go find your FINRA. Good night, sir. Good night, Maria. Yeah, Maria, go in there, post in that group, post in the group, and say you're looking for an SIE study group. Boom, they'll be boom. Okay. Now, so yeah, Takehouse. You're right. I was if it's Tejas or Takehouse. Okay. So yeah, I would. Where are you? Boom, boom, boom. So No Cupcake. Just go either call FINRA tomorrow or go open up your FinPro account. If you don't have one, it's not the FinPro Coalition. It's not that. It's a different thing. If you go on the FINRA.org website, there's a FinPro thing, and that'll help you. Patricia, thank you. Don't forget to join that SIE group. There's always people looking for study groups. Boom, I love it. Thank you very much, everyone. You'll have a good night. Wash your hands. Go check out the 7 legendary computer. Yeah, it's similar but harder. Okay, it's similar. Dylan, thank you very much. Okay. Oh, don't worry about it. Everyone, Maria posted give it some time. Okay, give it a time. Okay. Oh, that's awesome, Facebook user. I wish I'd gone. I wish I'd seen you before. That's awesome. I love it. That's awesome. Now, so legendary. Yes, Series 7 is similar, but it's much deeper. It's more about suitability. Okay, everyone, I'll see you on Thursday night. Wash your hands. And Maria, I'll see if I can repost it so everyone will jump in. And again, No Cupcake, open a FinPro account at finra.org or call them in